All right, we are back. Okay, so the goal today is to set dress a little bit this area. I did some work off stream. Here we got this distance, so probably it will be nice. Try to match that. Somewhere here. Something like this. Maybe one way to know how thick, I mean how tall is this, it's going to be making a little cube just to see how tall. Okay, let's say it's that height. So
Oh, Senor Estefazenfo Yago.
hey, I don't understand that language. Is that Portuguese? So I need this distance to come from
Su anal favorite socks.
I need to put this somewhere here. Is it from the end of this thing? So here needs to be that height. Okay, maybe.
It's getting really good. New sub.
Thank you. Yeah, I spent some time working on this, just trying to refine these things and getting little details.
Yes, I speak Portuguese.
Oh, nice. I speak Spanish. I do get some of it. Couple of words. Okay, let's say so. This is the height. I'm not sure if this makes that much sense. Maybe I need to. It is from the end of this thing. I need to get this here. It's okay. It's okay. Gonna get this one. Gonna push it here. Drop it with the N key. Put it somewhere here. Then I would like to find it with Control B to browse it, duplicate that, change the static mesh, hold Control to snap to this edge, maybe a little bit more, and push the angle a little bit better. Okay, something like this. Okay, and hopefully this one I can simply just go like this. And push it somewhere here. I think it's the same length. If not, I can change it.
I have started blocking out my project from 3 days. It is going good, bro.
Hey, what's up? Nice. Yeah, I'm finishing the main borders for this. Not borders, but like getting all these kind of little things. Then I'll add more stuff. Why not work on the gardens and see how things go. This one ends right there. Okay. Yeah, really wanna see how far can I push it today. Okay, here. Something like that. Okay, let's get this one. I'm gonna browse and duplicate, change the static mesh, poly edit, get this one to snap here. Okay, we got something going on here. That's strange. Okay, sometimes things don't want to snap. There you go. Is wow, that's way too tall. Let's push it down. Okay. Yeah, this might be too tall. Okay, hopefully the other side is the same thing. I can just duplicate this. I can flip it and just put it there, but sometimes flipping, since we are working on this angle, kind of like doesn't want to work properly, so I'm just gonna do it manually. I see, it's not the same length. Oh, so it's not symmetrical. Oh, yes, it is, it is. It's just that I'm going into the other piece. That fits way better. Cool. Nice. Finally getting into a little bit more of the getting into the details a little bit more. Okay, we got a couple of stairs here. Okay, I'll try to make those. These might have slightly different positions. Oops. Yeah, since this is specific to this thing, to this stair, I think I might just make one piece. Gonna go control browse, duplicate, so we don't edit the original. Okay, and here I'm just gonna extrude this. Then I could try to extrude again. Not quite sure if I'm gonna achieve this angle. Something like that. A little bit more. Okay, I think that's close enough. Kind of weird staircase. Yeah, and this one is also different. Just gonna change it here. No, wait, this ends right there. Somewhere here. Okay, let's see if I can match this angle a little bit better. Then maybe this one could go this way. This one could go like this. Nice. Okay, final thing, just gonna add here. Need to add two of those. Yeah, these are strange because I don't want them to be like this high up. I want them to be a little lower. Mhm. Okay, let's see here. Pivot point. Okay, we got that pivot point. I'm just gonna copy and paste. Sweet. And here. I think maybe those they do need to go a little bit thicker. So I can get these two down here. Mm. Mm. So yeah, I think just a little bit more so it covers that edge. Something like this. That's cool. And then I'm gonna make the railing. Oh, don't tell me the pivot is not in the center. That's why I'm not getting the same thing on both sides. Yeah, it's probably not in the center. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna use this one. And basically gonna get it here. The same thing, just gonna browse and duplicate. And this new static mesh, I will replace it on both of them. So I can go to modeling tools, model poly edit, and push this. That was actually nice right there. Cool. So if I go and accept, the other one should also get modified. I'm getting this thing here. It might look nicer if I get it on the edge. Okay. Just gonna push this a little bit more. now at least I got those going. Nice. Okay. Okay, what's next? I'm not very happy with these trees right here. They occupy a lot of space. Also, these statues, they do need to have some kind of like base. They cannot be just standing in the grass. And these walls, they really don't help a lot. Also, it will be nice to divide a little bit the floor into pieces. Everything has some twisted angle here. It's yeah, it will be nice to create some kind of like PCG spline where I can just get these rocks distributed nicely, and in the border get one of those lines. That probably will be super nice. Also here, like this distribution of rocks, I don't really like it. It kind of makes sense to have something like this to hold these rocks every, I don't know. This is too spread apart, and these rocks, they shouldn't have grass underneath. They should have some kind of sand, some kind of like different material to hold them. So also I need to start segmenting the grass into different areas, because it's not going to, we won't have grass underneath here. I can also just place another mesh underneath them, but let's see. Okay. Okay, one thing I don't really like is this thing. Let me see if I can find something else for that. I'm gonna open the actor palette, which is a Unreal Engine built-in plugin, which allows you to open another level. And from this other level, I can just drag assets into the main level. It's a nice way to check what else can I add. I want to use some kind of like wooden kind of vine thing to separate a little bit those buildings, because they don't really need to be separated that much, at least not with such a thick wall like this. I think this might work. Okay, let's see. Is this one piece, two pieces? Okay, it works like only one by one. Okay, so let's get here this thing, this other thing, and I think the rest is just is the same. Okay, so I'm gonna try to, and then the idea is to actually get these meshes made with our style, which is going to be a little bit more smooth, not so low poly like the Cinti assets. Okay, so here I'm going to copy this rotation, paste it here and here. Okay, now with this location I will paste it here and go 45, and I think that's how things snap. Nice. And I will probably start getting rid of those. I mean, it doesn't really add much. Okay, yep, let's just get rid of this. So we can have more gardens. Yeah, it really doesn't. Yeah, we don't need to have those divisions. It also blocks the player view, so it's something that I don't really want. I want like this kind of like super huge, like long vistas. That's why the height of this might be a little bit too high. I need one of my characters. Where is my humanoid? Right there. So our character is like kind of like stylized and short, so definitely need to take that in consideration. Okay, let's drop him right there. Right there. I mean, it's not that bad actually. It comes to the kind of like belly. No, more like to the chest. I would like it to be a little bit lower, maybe. But it's not bad. Maybe it's just that it really, like, you can guide yourself following this logic, but at the end of the day, it really depends how it feels when you play with the character, and it does feel a little bit too high. Let me see if I play with the character. Oh no, it's getting a little bit, every time it's getting longer, like the loading times. Well, no, not that bad. Actually, it kind of like, maybe the camera. I would like the camera to be a little bit higher from the character. Or maybe it's just how the collisions work. Because here, yeah, probably a little bit higher will be nice. Because if I do step here, kind of like gives me that extra height to look at things. we could also make it a little bit lower, just a tiny bit lower. Gonna get rid of those walls right there. They're blocking the view too much. Let me add another one of those. We have this kind of like player safe location, so I cannot really play from here like with a normal project. So I do need to drop one of those statues. Somewhere near where I want to start playing. And then I can save the player location from here. Now this entrance looks super boring. We don't want that. We want a super nice entrance. We have this super big wall right here that is not actually doing much, so we need to think about what can I add there. Oh, what do I have here? If I push this here, I get this thing here. Okay, yeah, those little things. So let's go back to the main thing. Yeah, these walls, gonna get rid of them. Probably add some of these.
Hello.
Hey Briggs, how are you?
Sofa monster.
Oh yeah, this is being a sofa monster of a area. Yeah, I got this going on so far. Wow. I worked yesterday offline, just trying to figure out some of this space. It's been challenging for sure, this area right here. But finally I'm getting to a nicer area, and I'm starting to add a little bit of details and set dressing and
Looks
stuff.
nice. I have a sofa monster of my own. Learning HTML for a website project.
Nice. That's very cool stuff. Okay, let's see how that looks if I go here. Yeah, it's funny, like you don't really get to see how things work until you start adding like details. I'm not so sure about this. It's too noisy. Okay, it's time to open pure ref. and find my reference. Definitely need to keep looking at my reference. I see. Yep. No, they don't divide things like that. Yeah, they use a smaller one. hmm This could be nice for another area. So I think I'm gonna keep it around. Kind of want to make like smaller spaces and more private spaces, but maybe here in the corner they could have like some kind of like fountain or something. But for now, the one I'm looking for, it's a little different. Let's see if I can find something like that. Um,
At Ripsec for your hustle. I took 4 hours to do meeting minutes.
um, to do meeting minutes. I appreciate it. Yeah, yeah, I've been doing a lot of layout, which is just like placing
How do
buildings,
you set up text to speech with YouTube?
and now I'm trying to get a little bit more into the detailing. Text to speech. I'm using a software called SpeakerBot, which works with StreamerBot. Let me write it for you. StreamerBot plus SpeakerBot.
StreamerBot plus SpeakerBot. StreamerBot plus SpeakerBot.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's if I write on this one, it speaks twice.
Okay, thanks, sir.
And it reads the chat. It's super nice. You can like do a lot of stuff with it. There's some very good tutorials on YouTube on how to set it up. You can change the voices and do a lot. I just have it like very, very, very basic. But yeah, you can make it super nice. Oh, we have this one.
What is your Fabrotype 5.5 feature?
Um, maybe megalites. It is not perfect, but it's super cool that you get to have so many lights and.
Are we making levels today?
Yeah, I've been working on this area right here. Yeah, I've been stuck on this for a couple of days. It's been a little difficult because I've been doing a lot of layout, like very simple layout, but now that I'm getting a little bit more into details, it's kind of harder. But I'm really trying to get a good idea of how this might look like, so I can continue with the rest. Yeah, I'm using a combination of our own assets and a combination of Cinti polygon assets as a blockout. The idea is to make those ourselves so all the style matches.
Are you a beginner, MK, and noob, or pro?
I will consider myself like intermediate. I've been doing this for I've been doing environments for since Unreal 4.25, but it like I've done a lot of different things, so it's kind of interesting. Now I'm focusing a lot on like modular assets and how to snap things together and stuff like that. Doing layout, well, block out and layout. So yeah, still learning every day for sure. Okay, let's see.
So what is the game about?
It is a gladiator game. It is like a Souls-like, where you need to defeat different enemies, get better gear, and finish different arenas. So we're gonna have different arenas. There's also we got some underground caves, and we got a dungeon, and some mines, and there's like a goblin cave and a sewer system. So yeah, basically it is a like melee fighting game where you get to defeat different enemies and get better gear, so you can move forward. I'm focusing mainly on the environment and level design. So let's see what else can I add here.
It's your full time, and did you make this map all alone? Did you use procedural generation?
We do use some PCG for these plants, for the vegetation. It's based on the landscape material. So for example, if we have grass, we will spawn vegetation, but if we have dirt or rock, it won't spawn. It depends on the height as well of the landscape. And I'm working with a team. There's the main, let's say, art director and like owner of the project. He created the terrain and a lot of different assets, like these ones that you see here, excluding these like low poly Cinti assets, right? Like the more like smooth, kind of like high poly ones. And then I came in as a block out, layout, level designer kind of thing, and I've been helping with the environment, trying to You see, like all these houses were made by Ryu, but then we got and made more like Kid Bash assets. So I created these ones, and then we made these ones, which are more like modular. And now that I have these ones going, I want to actually place them, and I actually want to set dress them a little bit to see how things will look like placed in the level. And also I created this modular pipe system, you know, your typical pipe system. So now I'm trying to focus on this small area and try to set dress it to see how things come together. And yeah, it's it's been a challenge. I've done a lot of like natural environments and stuff like that, so it's more organic and more kind of like, I don't know, more abstract. But now that I need to think about dealing with architecture, things get a little bit.
Is this your full time?
Right now, I will say so. Yeah, I used to have an office job. I got a temporary contract. So right now I'm waiting to see if they call me back.
Let me guess. You're German, right?
No, no. My parents are from Ukraine. That's why I look European. But I was born in Costa Rica. My brother lives in Germany though. That's funny. Um, so that's the thing. Okay, let's see. Oh no, I'm getting stuck. Sometimes you have this very clear idea of what you want to do, and then you kind of get stuck. Okay. When that happens, it's good to open your reference and start.
So what's your formal education?
I'm a No, I'm not a coder. I'm a 3D generalist. I went to university and got a degree on 3D on 3D art. So I know how to model, how to texture, um, the basic 3D pipeline to create a 3D animated um, short film or something like that. Then I started using Unreal Engine and I started like just building environments, and that's what I have been doing. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm probably gonna.
Do you like the job? People say 3D is exhaustive.
It is. It is. Yeah. Sometimes you do. you do. Sometimes it does. It does feel very, very exhausting for sure. it can also be very gratifying as well. Um, it is definitely a challenge, but when you get something done, it like it's like very very nice. It's like yes. I yeah I recommend people like uh, if you want to get into 3D, it's a nice hobby to have. And if you want to take it like seriously and go professional with that, it definitely it's challenging for sure. I'm thinking. Hmm. All right. Well, let's just let's just go with it. Let's see what happens. Thinking on creating some kind of like interesting gardens around here. On the reference I have, like it's very. They have all these gardens segmented, and they have like some kind of like rock path around it, which I do have in the center. Maybe I can do it like around.
You should check the game of Plague Tale Requiem. Graphics are amazing and the game itself is the most beautiful 3D game you'd ever experience. Hi
Uh,
brother. Do you need to add that much detail when creating blockout with Unreal? Then you will lose something to model with softwares like Blender and Maya, right?
I will definitely check that tale, a plague tale of the Requiem. Is that about like rats that go crazy and eat like people? Let's see if that's the one. I think it is. Oh yeah, I think I played that one for a little bit. Yeah, that one is very cool stuff for sure. Definitely need to look a little bit at the levels. For blockout and layout, no, you don't. You don't need to add detail. Actually, adding detail, it's the biggest mistake you can do. You want to go very simple. You want to do something like this. Let me show you, like stuff like this. Very very simple. Just thinking about where things are going to be placed, like thinking about blocks and stuff like this. You want to do stuff like this. This is a good kind of blockout example where things could go and stuff, where the player is going to be walking around. But after you have something like this, then it goes to the second stage where you actually need to start adding secondary detail, and there's where the actual work comes in. You need to start thinking about, okay, this doesn't match here. Okay, the player actually is not able to walk around here. There's too little space for these houses. So how is the player going to actually walk around? And there's where things get a little bit more tricky. So now I'm not actually doing blockout. I'm doing a little bit more of maybe set dressing. It could be. Now that I have some buildings made and I made these structures here, so now I want to place them in this area and I want to see how things could look together with some paths and like actually start getting some of this detail going. and just to see how things will actually look like. And after I have this, we can actually start making proper assets for this. So yeah, it's been a...
So you checked the second game. I mean, Plague Tale Requiem is the one actually cool. The first one, Plague Tale Innocence, is boring. Second game graphics are crazy hot.
Oh, there are two games. Okay, I need to check the Requiem one. Yeah. I think Epic Games gave it for free, right? Like a couple of months ago. I think I have it on my library. That'll be very cool to check out. Okay. All right, I'm going to follow this logic of segmenting the gardens, because I see on my reference that they do have these kind of like stone paths all around, and they have the gardens segmented in little squares. So I'll try doing that to see what happens. So let's see what happens if I push this around here. Yeah, one game that I haven't finished, but I really like the visuals. It's a Space Marine. How do you call it? 40K. Yeah, haven't finished the campaign, but like it's super cool, like the whole environments and everything. So the cool thing about this game I'm working with right now is that we want this to actually take place in 2070. So imagine like Rome kind of like never stopped existing, like it never collapsed. And we want to add futuristic elements to it. So that's it's going to be a little crazy. Definitely wanna get to that part. So I think about like cables, tubes, and antennas, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm still wondering how are we going to actually manage that, because we need to make that actually we need to integrate that in everything. It cannot just be like, oh, let's add one cable here or let's add that. It needs to be part of like the whole thing. I'm just twisting those around. Yeah, for these rocks, it will be super nice to create a PCG graph that will actually spawn these rocks and put a little border around them. That will be super nice. Definitely need to spend some time. Trying to do something like that. Okay, so also the grass it should not go underneath these rocks. So it will be nice to cut it down. And the whole thing about this again is the angle. Everything it has a specific angle, so it's very hard to just snap things. That's probably the hardest thing about this area. Let's check. Parallel enough to the rocks, but not to this wall. Maybe here I can also have.
What's your age?
I'm 30 years old. Let's add this here. Okay, let's see. No, it's not gonna snap like that. I see. Yeah, it will be very cool to have like some water features and like stuff in here. Okay, something like that. Then this piece of grass, and here we can probably cut it.
Last time I made levels for Counter-Strike, I got a ban from the company.
Damn it. Why is that? Also gonna cut it here. Here we do have some stuff going on. This is out of the grid, and this one. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, PCG is the right thing for this, for sure. Like, definitely gonna spend some time making this PCG graph. It'll be super nice just to get like splines without curves and do like 1 point, 2 points, and just make these rocks appear like proop. Probably the hardest thing will be to get this in the edge, right in the edge, so I can have these rocks inside, but this longer kind of
cause an issue?
It causes issues if you have two things on top of each other, which is called C fighting. For example, you have, let me show you. For example, you have this mesh on top of this other mesh. You will get this thing, this glitch, meaning that you have two textures on top, and it depends on the angle you're looking at it. It will they are fighting for the same physical location, so you want to avoid that stuff. That does not happen if you're using a triplanar texture, because if you're using a triplanar texture like this thing here, it doesn't matter if it actually goes inside the other, since the textures are triplanar, based saying that they're like world aligned. So we are projecting textures from three different planes. They won't have that effect. But if it is a normal texture projected to the object space, you do get that issue. Yeah, you want to avoid overlapping as much as possible, but you know, you can definitely get away with it in some areas. Definitely, after I finish this, and I'm very happy with the final result, this is going to go through a cleanup process. Right now I'm just kind of like playing around and experimenting to see what works, what looks nice. So that's why I don't need to be very rigid. I need to be more like a little bit more loose and just see what works. Hey, what's up? So yeah, now that I segmented this a little bit more, it's kind of like easier to work around. One thing I don't really like is the green underneath the rocks. Like in the reference I'm following, I see it's sand color. So for example, I want to select this green thing. I have a plane of grass.
Hello, sir. Smiling face with smiling eyes.
Hey, what's up? How are you? So, for example, let's see if I can select that. This is the plane I want, and this plane. There you go. I want these rocks to have this kind of like sand color underneath them. Maybe not this beige color, maybe something like darker, so I can really segment that. Another thing I don't really like is this wall, this angle. I think I might just change it. That's another thing, like you cannot box yourself saying like, oh, this wall is placed in here, I cannot modify it. I mean, like, you can always just come and try to push things around.
Did you check the Stellar Blade Girl model?
Stellar Blade model. Stellar Blade Girl model.
I'm learning game development in Coda Engine.
Nice. Yeah, I heard some very good stuff about that engine. I'm just like, I'm like an iPhone user. I don't own an iPhone, but I mean that once you get used to one thing, you don't really want to try other things. I got used to Unreal. I feel like very comfortable in Unreal, and so that's why I use Unreal. I tried Unity once, for an art. How do you call this? Art test. I applied to a studio, and they told me to create an environment with Unity, and I struggle a lot to make it work. I actually have it on my YouTube. The results are okay, but definitely I could have done it faster and nicer in Unreal, just because I'm more comfortable in Unreal. But at the end of the day, like, you can do very cool stuff in any game engine. It just takes some effort. That's it. It's just that I feel Unreal is a little bit more. It comes with more presets. Let's say it's a little bit more for. I don't want to say it like this, but it's kind of like.
I made a game engine. We actually brought Counter-Strike 1.6 to Androids.
Oh wow. Making a game engine, that's challenging. That's some, you got some real skills right there, cuz wow. That's something I don't, I really I'm kind of like very afraid of. I mean, like, it definitely takes some effort. I saw somebody making a game engine. He got some he let's say he got some very interesting comments in YouTube. Some people really liked it, and some other people were like, dude, come on, like, why are you making a game engine if you have already very good engines out there? I mean, if there's already very good game engines. I understand, for example, using Godot, or I'm not sure how it's pronounced, because it's like, I think it's open source, so it's like Blender. You don't actually need to pay any royalties, so that's kind of like very cool. But at the same time, for example, for Unreal, I believe you need to do, like, I'm not sure how much is it, but like, you need to make like $1 million, I think, and after the first million you start paying 5%. So it's it's pretty hard to make 1 million. So I think it's a good deal. Also, Unreal, what I like about Unreal is, like, it's just very kind of like artist friendly. Like, you get like very nice lighting out of the box. You get like very nice modeling tools.
Like Uncharted on the Godot engine.
Oh wow, nice. No, I totally believe you can do some very cool stuff in there. I've seen some very nice projects. Also Unity, like, you can get some very cool graphics in there. Right now I'm focused a little bit more in stylized games. I actually got to use Unreal because I was really interested in the mega scans.
It's called Zash 3D. It is also for free. And you can try Counter-Strike on it. Graphics are better than official one.
Nice. I definitely need to check it out. That sounds very cool. Yeah, and in the other hand, like, probably the most positive thing about Unreal, I will say, is that since Unreal Engine is created by Epic Games. I mean, you know how much money they make with Fortnite and stuff, right? So I believe there's no other company who like puts that much money into the development of the engine. So that's why they're able to release like so many updates so quickly. Like it's kind of like you get updates every time.
Last 2 years.
We don't Real Engine, like they they got this like nanite technology, and then they got lumen, and then they got megalites, and then they got nanite working for skeletal meshes, and all these technologies are being developed. It's not like polygon counts are no longer an issue, lighting is no longer an issue. No, like definitely you still need to think about optimization and a lot of things like that, but it's pretty interesting like how quickly they are developing these things.
On this project,
Last 2 years on this project. Nice. You spent 2 years on the Uncharted uh, project. Yeah. Actually, this project that I'm working on right now, they have been working on this since 2023. So let's say they have like they worked on it for a year. We have like the main art director, and then we have two other programmers, but they are not full-time programmers. And the Ryu, the art director, he's also not full-time because he has another job. So that's why the project is not going as fast as I would like. But I think it's pretty cool to work on a team. Just just being able to have these guys around and be able to ask them like questions. That's pretty cool. I think these are a little bit off. Yeah, this is funny. I I need to make a PCG graph from this. It will save a lot of time. Yeah, I was thinking about grammar. There's a new like procedural graph generator syntax. Let's say like programming language. Maybe that's not the right word for it, but let's say that you can actually program PCG now, so you can create buildings and very cool stuff with it. The thing is that it is very complicated. I understand the power behind it. I understand that.
you married. Is 3D a stable career?
it,
People say, get a real job at McDonald's.
it is not a stable career. I yeah, I'm going to be sincere. It is not a stable career. It is super cool though. It is super cool when you do get an office job or a good freelance contract, and it is super fulfilling. It is a great and awesome job. Like I love 3D. It's super cool, but it's not stable. Like yeah, yeah. It is like um I don't know how to compare it to, but it's like being like an artist or a musician. Like yes, you can make it. Yes, you can definitely do make money from it, and yes, you can have like a nice life with it. But you need to be very lucky, and you need to, um, you know, you need to I don't know what's the word. You need to dedicate a lot of time to it, and this is only possible if you have, I don't know, savings or a family that supports you, or it is, yeah, it is difficult. I will say that if you want to learn 3D, um, treat it as a hobby. Treat it as a hobby. It's always nice to have like your stable office job and so on, and do 3D as a hobby, and then you can start thinking about how to make this into something like commercially reliable, right? But yeah, being like very sincere, like I wouldn't be able to do this if I didn't have the support of my parents, because it's very unstable. I My last job in 3D was making 3D renders for BMW in a publicity agency here in Costa Rica, and it was super cool. Like I really liked that job. It was just like coming to the office. You work from 8 to 5, and you go home. Nobody bothers you. That's it. It was very cool. Sometimes it was just a little stressful. Not too much. Sometimes you needed to deliver in a very short amount of time, and then you get feedback that it kind of like uh, you know sometimes our directors, like, we say they wake up with the wrong food and they're like, sometimes you have like two art directors and they cannot get uh, how do you say, they don't get to agree on the same decisions, and somebody tells you something and the other one tells you something totally contradictory to the first feedback, and you're like, oh my god, okay, I don't know what to do. But definitely, that's why I started my YouTube channel, just to document the process, and also it's a great
So
way.
how do you plan to sustain your life when 3D is not a stable thing?
That's a great question. That's a great question. I was thinking about this for a long time. I was like, should I go and find myself another career? And then you come to the realization where, like, oh, I've spent like, it's been 10 years already learning 3D. Like, should I just go with something different? Should I try programming or something? And then you come back to the same thing, like, oh my god, but like, if I do learn programming and if I do start working as a programmer, I think I won't enjoy it. I think like, you know it's not going to be a something that I would like to do. um, and then the AI technology is just coming very quickly, and I'm like, are programmers going to be replaced by AI in the future? Because I know that animators and 3D artists are definitely going to get replaced. Not totally, not 100%, because for example, like, we have 3D scanning, right? But after you do a 3D scan, you still need to process that and clean it up and make it nice. So I'm thinking like, maybe 3D artists in the future, that's what they're going to do. They're gonna clean up AI, 3D AI models, or they're going to optimize them and clean them up. Also with AI animation, like, yes, you get some stuff, but you still need to clean it up, and you still need to understand the logic behind the animation principles to make that work. So that's where things get like very interesting. Like, it's like I
3D is something more funny than programming, but the catch is there is lack of customers.
um, yeah, I believe I believe that being creative, it is uh, it is very interesting, because I'm gonna get a little philosophical here, but like, being a doctor or being an electrician or being a mechanic, like, you devote your life to the service of others, right? And that's how you basically get a job, because people need your services, because like it's something necessary for them. But being an artist is more like, it's being very selfish. If you think about it, it's like, oh, I just want to do whatever I like, and I hope people like it and people uh, buy my thing, right? Like, it's kind of like a very selfish idea of like, oh, I'm just gonna dedicate my life to doing whatever I want and having fun with whatever I want to do, and then I will hope for somebody to actually pay for it. So it's kind of like, oh, you know, if you think about it that way. So when looking for opportunities and stuff, you need to uh, think about your customer needs and be like, well, what if I go and do something that people really need? For example, my last office job, I was doing renders for cars, right? Because like, these companies need to present their cars, and they need to be able to sell them, and they cannot have like super nice photography crew to actually go to the location and do these photo shoots, because it's not reliable, right? It's
Someone told me 3D is gay.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know. I don't know. I got into 3D because I went to the United States for a whole year, and my dad wanted me to become a physical therapist. So basically, he wanted me to have a super stable career, something where I can just, you know, work an office job and charge for it and go home, and that's it. And yeah, that's definitely a great idea. But when I went to this speech, um, and I met another physical therapist, he was such a boring person, like, and I realized in that moment that's not my personality. Like, I wouldn't enjoy that job. Um then my mom said like, hey, go to the art department and take some art classes, like in university, to see like what happens. And then I went to the art department, and I was like, oh wow, this is pretty cool. I like this stuff. And then I stayed there for a year, and I was like, well, I'm not sure what to do with this. This university is very expensive, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna like get a job after
Stop
this.
asking bro about 3D career. He is rethinking his life choices already.
No, no, these are very important topics to talk about. These are very important topics to talk about for sure. So then I went back to Costa Rica, and my aunt and my cousin, they work as professors in this design university, one of the best design universities in Costa Rica, and they teach fashion design, graphic design, architecture, cinema. They teach digital animation, which is what I went into, right? So I went there and I was like, this is pretty cool. And then I met somebody in the digital animation career.
I study politics, but I really like 3D XD.
Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I went to university and I took these like very general classes, and then I decided to go into 3D, and yeah, I really liked it. Uh, and actually, during university, I started working as a VJ. You know, those guys who go to parties and put the video behind the DJ. You know, like so, you come with your laptop, you have Resolume Arena, and you start mixing videos for LED screens or projectors. I used to work on that a lot. But then I decided to stop working on it because, you know, too much partying and too much craziness, and the schedule, like, you know, these parties that I used to work on, like, they started like at maybe 10 p.m. and ended like at 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. So it was not such a healthy lifestyle to be working on that stuff. It paid well. I got to have like maybe 4 clients who paid very well. But I said, no, I kind of want an office job. Kind of want to wake up early and have a normal kind of lifestyle.
I study politics, but I really like art. Message from a random German guy in 1925.
Nice. But yeah, going back to what I was trying to say is that you can get very creative on how to monetize yourself, for sure. There's always something you can do, for sure. You just need to be very, very creative. I I know people who work with
Famous
dentists.
Austrian artist XD.
Nice. You need to share the name to check him out. But yeah, I have this friend who works with a dentist, and they do fake teeth. So basically, they come and 3D scan somebody's like mouth, and then they create a specific teeth in 3D, so they can print it and put it there. It's a super interesting job. Stuff like that. There's always room. Yeah, right now, you know, I have some savings, so I'm just chilling doing this, and I want to see what happens with that office job that I got. Maybe I might get a call back from them, but if not, I might need to find something else. Also, I would like to create my own asset packs. I know that you can make a living from that. It really takes some effort for sure, but it will be nice to create asset packs. I was doing this 50s American Diner project, and then I got hired because of my YouTube. Like somebody saw me working, and they were like, "Hey, can you do this open world for me?" And then I worked for them for a couple of months, and then the project got canceled or got frozen. So that was very nice. And then I got called again through my YouTube channel to work on this project. So it's kind of interesting.
Do you have a girlfriend? Is she in 3D?
uh,
What kind of 3D software do you use?
hey, Uga Buga, how are you?
Hey guys.
I use Maya, ZBrush, Blender. Hey, how is it going? Yeah, I really like Blender. I uh, I'm not so good at these softwares. I know like the basics. That's probably something I need to consider because I I'm a generalist, right? So I know a little bit of everything, but I think it's time for me to specialize in something. I I really I really think that's what I need to do.
You
Actually,
use Maya. If I do 3D, I may use Maya.
yeah, Maya. I use Maya because that's what I learned in university. But Blender, I really like Blender. Blender, it's very impressive. Really like Blender. I was getting a lot into Blender, but then I got into another freelance project and I stopped.
So Ukraine is Europe?
Yeah, that's what Ukraine is trying to do. Yeah, yeah. My family has an apartment in Lviv. It's an oblast, like a province, right next to Poland. Super nice in there. Unfortunately, well, they're going through a very hard time right now. Mm. But let's see what happens. Yeah, also Ukraine has some pretty cool game studios. There's some very cool stuff going on in there. Nice. Just dividing the floor like this makes it look super nice.
Have you ever tried to make a 3D animation?
I've done very little when it comes to
I'm
animation.
learning Blender for 3 years, but I think I only learned 30% of it. LOL.
Yeah, that's something that happens a lot with 3D. Like 3D is like a very
1
oh Jesus. Oh Jesus, I'm sorry guys. I need to have this um I need to have a command to mute this thing. So yeah, um, I was saying that 3D it's a very kind of like big topic. You need to like think about what you want to do. Like I recommend doing like very small projects, focusing on very small things, because you cannot cover the whole thing. It's very overwhelming. For example, you can go into modeling. Uh, there's like sculpting, there's modeling, there is topology for animation, then there's animation, there's texturing, lighting. It is it is very wide for sure. Like I recommend like focusing on something small, like a very small aspect of it, and doing small projects. SFM. SFM. I haven't tried that one. That's interesting. Yeah, there's cool stuff. There's a very cool software.
Many animators use it, I think.
Yeah, there's very cool stuff for animation right now.
AKA Source Filmmaker.
Source Filmmaker. That's nice. I've seen people using like phones. They put like phones and they do motion capture with that. That's very interesting stuff. Definitely need to give it a try. Oh, nice.
AKA for the Counter Strike.
Yeah. Uh, Counter Strike. I remember this friend of mine, actually a Russian friend of mine. He was playing Counter Strike, and he's like this like big dude. Like he likes to train and like go to the gym and stuff. And he was playing Counter Strike. We were like little kids. Like I was like maybe like 13 or 14 years old. He was a little bit older, and I was messing him up, messing
I'm
him.
targeting for game development using CPP. Currently I'm learning CPP Core. My plan IA to learn Raylib library. After that scum to OpenGL and after that I will start creating game in Unreal Engine.
Oh wow, that's pretty interesting. I haven't heard those terms in a. Um,
Is that right?
I'm targeting for a game development using CPP. Learn Ray Lib library. OpenGL and D. I'm not sure. Like, are you talking about like graphic, like languages? Like you're talking about like you're trying to become like a graphic programmer? Not not very knowledgeable in that area. Okay, let's cut this grass a little bit. Let's see.
CPP is C++, a programming language.
Oh, it's called CPP. I didn't know. Sounds funny. CPP. Yeah, for sure. C++, like, if you know C++, everybody loves you. Everybody's like, oh, I need a C++ programmer. Yeah, C++ is definitely needed. It is absolutely interesting. Nope, that's not the one I want to modify. So yeah, for Unreal Engine, C++ is the way to go. Like that's how you can really do very complex things in Unreal. You can definitely.
C++ is a programming language and I'm targeting to learn from scratch and after then I will start learning Unreal Engine cause I want to become game dev.
That's great. That's a great approach.
So did your family get upset when you got into 3D instead of med school?
Um. eh, not really. Like, um, not really, but definitely they told me like, dude, like, well, you know, because my parents are fashion designers themselves, so they know like it's tough to have a stable income in that area. Um, so they told me like, dude, like, well, you're gonna struggle a lot, just so you know. And but at the same time they told me like, well, if that's what you want to do, like, you will just need to go very hard at it. So yeah, actually, my dad, he came to Costa Rica like without any money. Maybe he had like $2,000 or something like when he came here. And thankfully, my aunt had she had a house, and that's how she supported us. Because the story with me is the following. Like, my parents are from Ukraine, right? But when the Soviet Union collapsed in the 90s, it was terrible. Like, there was no jobs, there was no food. It was seriously terrible stuff. And my aunt, she met a Costa Rican in a museum. This guy went to Russia because Costa Rica was giving a lot of internships for people to go study medicine and architecture. So this Costa Rican guy went to Russia. He studied architecture. And he said, well, Ukraine is very beautiful. I want to go check the museums and churches and stuff. So in one of these tours, he met my aunt, and he brought it back to Costa Rica. They got married and so on and so forth. That's how my cousin was born and stuff. So thankfully, it was thanks to this guy who went to study to Russia. Now we live here in Costa Rica. Like, you see the irony of things. Like, if not, I will probably be, most likely fighting in that war already. It's very, very sad stuff. But that's very, very cool stuff. It was thanks to that Costa Rican guy who brought my aunt here, and then my parents came. And the fun thing about this is that my dad came here and he had no idea what to do. He started working in a shoe company, not designing, making shoes, like with his hands, just like sewing stuff. And then he got into an issue with another worker, and then he lost his job. And then he went to the church, and he talked to one guy in there, and he said, well, I know how to draw, I know a lot about human anatomy and stuff, so I want to make these stained glasses for you. And he the church offered my dad to make a stained glass, right? And he was like, all right, let's do it. So my dad made these kind of stained glasses without breaking glass. He just made a drawing, put some glass on top, and then he had like this kind of paste, and he went over the drawing, and then he separated all the different colors and stuff. And he got very popular, and he started making a lot of stained glasses for different churches and stuff. And after that, he was getting his paint from this European country. I forgot, the Holland or something, and they stopped producing this kind of paint. And he bought another kind of paint, but it was like, with the time and sun and heat, like it was like falling down, and like he needed to repair these stained glasses like over and over, and it was not really working. So he started looking for another opportunity, and then he got into gold and silver, and he started opening like little stores. And then it was very hard to administrate those, like take care of those stores, and people were stealing from him and stuff. And then he decided to go into fashion jewelry, like all these kind of like very cheap plastic things that girls like to wear and stuff. And he got enough money to open a big store in downtown San Jose here in Costa Rica. And from there he started like becoming like very successful and very stable. So very crazy stuff. And now like he does that for a living, but it also has to do with fashion design, because all these little things he buys, he has a taste for that stuff, and he knows what to buy and what's in fashion, let's say. So it's very, very interesting how things ended up for my dad. But yeah, it was we got very, very lucky, very lucky. Yeah, I wish this war to end, and I wish I can go back to Ukraine. That would be very cool. Okay, we got this. I'm going to extrude this one here. And push it here. Something like this. Okay, now I got this plane of grass. I'm gonna Control H. This is what happens when you have two textures on top of each other. I mean, two planes. So I would like to go to X form, edit pivot, center. And then I would like to push this a little bit up. Just a little bit. And I would like to change the UV. So I'm going to go to UVs, project UV, auto fit align, let's go box, proportional dimensions, and reset. So we get that small grass texture everywhere. Nice. So now I'm starting to get this grass separated from this other texture. That's way nicer, because I don't really want to have grass underneath the rocks. Okay. So yeah, that's the thing. Let's see. I'm going to grab this one and duplicate it and go 45 degrees. I'm gonna place it here. going to go Control B to browse, Control D to duplicate, change the instance so we don't modify the original one. And now I wanna push this, let's see, these 2 points. I wanna, if you scale them against them, you can align them. It's almost the same in any 3D program. You can just align them like this. Then this I would like to push here. Underneath these ones I would like to also push a little bit, and these ones also push a little bit. Yeah, the biggest challenge of this thing has been the angles. That's something I need to learn how to deal with. Everything has some like slight rotation here. And then I can get these 3 and push them somewhere here. Nice. Okay, we got that piece of grass. And here I'm going to just probably push this around a little closer. Let's go X form, edit pivot bottom, and here the same thing, UVs, project UVs, box dimension. Let's go auto fit align, and then projection type box dimensions. I'm gonna reset them, having the proportional dimension checked. And now I get this tiling stuff. Nice. Okay. This is not exactly the color I want, but it's better than just having the green texture down there. Okay, I want to make something interesting here. Let's see. It would be nice to have some kind of small fountain, kind of like structure in the corner. And it will be nice to have vegetation. Yeah, we really need to get some cool vegetation for this. I'm gonna save my location here. This entrance I also need to make it interesting because it's just like a big wall. There's nothing else. Oh, this feels like just placed in there. Not really sure. I like this way better. This little kind of like division there, more than these walls. These walls, I got a comment on that. It blocks the vision, and we don't want that. We want like to look as far away as possible. Yeah, this house needs definitely some details. Okay, well, we are getting somewhere. Because a couple of days ago I was like um, having that feeling of like, oh my god, I'm not sure what I'm doing, this is not looking great, I don't know, that like lack of confidence, like you know, like, am I spending too much time on this thing, I don't see any progress. And that's the thing, like when you don't see visual progress you get discouraged, like you are like, I don't see this progressing, I don't know. So it's important to get that visual progress, and also follow reference, like reference is number one, like you need to reference yourself all the time, because if not, like things don't really make sense. And that's something I don't do enough. I don't reference myself enough. Okay, so we got that there. um, I'm not sure where I saw this thing, but okay, let's see. I'm imagining like some kind of like structure here where you can go up, have like this wooden kind of roof, like with some vines growing or something right here, just to add more verticality, and we can like actually go up a little and see. And here it would be nice to have some kind of like water feature. Okay, let's see if we can actually materialize that vision. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, I want something like this. Okay. Okay, one thing I could do is, yeah, because this Cinti polygon pack has very nice buildings. I want to see if they actually have some presets, because I can build my own building based on this. They usually have these prefab buildings. Not all of them have them, but no. Buildings. No, they don't. They don't have the prefabs, which is, well, not a problem. Just we can just get them. No, they don't. They don't. They don't have the prefabs there. Okay. Okay, one way to do it is open the other level and just copy that and paste it and remake it with my props. But before that, I think I want to get the water feature. Okay, I think... Yeah, this level palette only allows me to add one by one. Unfortunately, it does not let me to do a selection. Also does not allow me to select transparent props. Okay, I see we have some issues with the actor palette plugin. Okay. Oh, these are just planes, okay. Okay, so let's say I wanna get maybe this rotation. Put it here. Put this there. Gonna open my reference. It has no grass around, it has just stones. Maybe. What if I grab this here? Maybe this snaps every 50, let's see. It's kind of cool. This edge, I think it looks nicer. If we keep it out, and then okay, then here it will be very cool to have some kind of bridge that goes on top of this. Not sure if we have that here. It has no texture. Okay, no, this is not part of this thing. Let's see. Can probably just create something. in that style. Let's see. Finally getting in the mood after days of working on this. I mean, getting in the zone. But I do need to go out a little bit today because the afternoon is very nice and I need to do some exercise. It will be super cool to have like a arc, like an arc bridge. What happens if I make it a little longer, like 1.25, but not on each side, just on one side? Maybe 1.5. Is that the angle? A little closer. Oh, I see the big difference. Okay, yep, this is not a pool. This is just going to be a water feature, so definitely messing up with this. This is not supposed to be so high. It needs to be lower because we don't want to have big stairs going up. So I think this could go like this. And now this detail, I kind of wanted to be on the other side. Okay, I think this kind of works better. So let's say this is gonna be a little lower, but now I'm losing the arc. Okay. Still, I guess, too high. Let's see if I can. something like this. Again, this, I don't like this corner. Well, that's kind of nice. That's closer to the idea. I do want to find some floor for this. Let's see, do I have... no. I think, yeah. I was using, I guess, this one. Let's see. But this one is outside. Yeah, this is out of the grid. I need to use the... I mean, that one is modified, so I guess I need to use this one. Okay, now this is flat. Wondering, like, if it's this... okay, wait, okay, I will figure that out. Gonna put it there. And snap every 50 units. Nice. What's a good way to just cut that out? Okay, maybe if I combine this. I'm gonna give it this rotation so we keep the pivot point straight. Nice. And then what happens if I make this a little bit bigger? Something like this. Oh, it's flat on the top. Okay. So no, I need to cut it exactly where that ends. Oh, super hard to get it. Okay, I think that's closer. So let's try it. 1, 2, model boolean. I'm just gonna cut it there. That's nice. Gives me that kind of arc. Let's go accept. I'm having this okay, face right there. So poly edit. Let's just get this one off. Choop. Cool. Alright, we got this one-sided stuff. Is it one-sided or is it... okay, I think we don't have anything there. Again, the boolean bakes everything, so again I need to copy this rotation and center that pivot point on the z-axis, so we get that nice straight pivot point. Okay, we can get it there. I could try to fill hole there. And probably get rid of the interior faces. But to do that, I need to go to attributes, generate polygroup, face normal deviation. And now we can start getting rid of this bunch of things that actually, yep. Okay, that's a little bit nicer. Here, I'm not sure what this is. Is there a face there? Oh, selecting this one. Yeah, this piece I might need to send to Blender just to do some operations that I don't know how to do here in Unreal. Attributes. Let's try generate polygroups with fine quads, and let's see if I can get rid of that floating face. Yeah, I would like to get rid of this thing right there. Can I see? There you go. And this one right there, and this one. Oh, nope. Yeah, this we need a merge vertex by distance operation here, because it's actually not together. Okay. Yeah, I know there must be a way to do it. To do it in Unreal for sure. If I go and weld, non-loop open boundary sequences. No. All right, let's see. I think I'm just gonna browse this asset right click, asset actions, export. Let's get it there. Gonna import it to Blender. Oh wow. Oh crap, this looks terrible here. Ah wait, it is the, oh yeah, it is the collision, okay. So I'm just gonna delete it there. Where is this thing? Okay. The display capture is all twisted, okay. Let me see. So here in Blender I kinda wanted to just go to edit mode, get all these vertices, and just right click, merge vertices by distance. And maybe the distance needs to be a little bit bigger. Here are the options, so we're gonna take a couple of zeros out. To see if it actually gets the one I need. Okay, there you go, it's removing vertices. Okay, so it's not so, yeah, there's more. We need to close that. Let's go to X form. Yeah, the gap is a little bit too much. Okay, there you go. 13 vertices off. Yeah, the gap was too big, so that was the issue. Then I just want to get rid of these things here. Okay. this one is very messy. Ah, okay, I know what to do. Yeah, in this case, I'm just gonna okay, there you go. Those two vertices are removed now. Okay. Gonna export this back. Save it on top. And here, let's see. Gonna save everything. Wanna see if I can re-import this. Yep, just lost the option. Was it here? Reimport with mesh, reimport mesh with new file. Okay, maybe let's try something different. Okay, right here. It's failing to reimport. Okay, well, let's try maybe another name. Okay, that worked. So what happens if I come here and change that? Cool. Okay. Yep, just gonna delete the old version just in case. So here, if I go to modeling, need to go back to attributes, generate polygroup. Let's see if we can do it differently. Find normal deviation. Okay. this thing is not gonna get all these vertices if I, yeah, it's not gonna divide it like that. Yeah, the thing here is probably, yeah, probably make a mirror. I mean, maybe I can get away with. Yeah, I'm just gonna try something. What if I get this edge, super long edge, and then I just extrude that? To the side. Textures are going to be all messed up because this is using a trim sheet, but let's see what happens if I make a mirror so we get the right edge. This is disconnected here, so I'm gonna just keep it disconnected so I know what side is what. So if I come here and make a mirror, model mirror, shift to center. To get that angle right, I need this rotation here. And then I want to see if that's the right thing. Yep, that's the right one. Cool. Let's go shift to center, and that way we get everything connected. Then we can worry about that lower edge. Okay, cool. Oh, that was a little bit that was a little crazy process, but we got a new nice piece for the bridge. Okay, and I think we got it also merged in here. No, it's not merged in there, but we could probably just send it back to Blender and do it there. Okay, cool, nice. At least got this going. This is not centered, but it's okay, close enough. Also the angle, it's a little different from what I have in here. I think we could make it, I mean, also if we make it too much like this, kinda, maybe just a little bit. Okay, that's cool. Next I just need to place some flooring, little steps, the water. We got that water feature going. Alright, maybe not the most efficient way to do it, but got that piece. Alright, I'm gonna take a little break, enjoy the afternoon, and hopefully come back and get this area going. Here I want to make a little building here. Yeah, just gonna focus on this area for now. We got some alignment issues there. Okay. Yeah, let's just tackle one little area at a time. It's gonna look pretty cool. Here I want like these kind of wooden structures on top with some vines, also maybe here. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next time.